You are the ants.
Well, this was not on my 2024 bingo card. Hey everyone, I'm Abbey Sharp. Welcome back to Abby's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be re-sharing my thoughts on Nikocado Avocado's 250-pound weight loss transformation. And I am actually reposting this video because admittedly in my first go, I royally messed up my math, which not surprisingly caused a lot of confusion in the comment section. So of course, I just want to hugely apologize both to you guys, my viewers, but also to Nikocado. But also thank you guys for pointing that out to me. It was simple math, so it's a little embarrassing and I'm not quite sure how that happened. But of course, I'm human and I did make that mistake. So I want to recut that portion with my up-to-date thoughts informed by the actual math. So again, I really do apologize for that confusion. Let me hop in here super quick because I have a secret to let you in on that I basically share with all of my friends when we go out. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. So this is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic developed by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Yes, this video is sponsored, but I am like literally their best customer. I order myself a bulk case for the year and then I basically share them with friends whenever we do dinner because I cannot fathom having a drink without one. And I just love the science of this, so I want to explain. So in this bottle is a genetically modified probiotic. They actually developed this probiotic strain with just one job in mind: to produce the enzyme that breaks down acetaldehyde, which is the byproduct of alcohol that gives you a lot of the not so fun symptoms. And when I tell you this thing works, like this is not an invitation to binge drink or go overboard. You still need to drink responsibly and have a lot of water and eat a balanced meal, get a good sleep, etc. But if you are like me and you enjoy a glass of wine or two on the weekends, but you've got a busy life to wake up to the next morning, it will save you. Ask all of my friends, like my husband and I tell everybody we go out for dinner with about this because it is one of the most innovative and remarkable products we've ever tried. And using their unique GMO technology, I know they're working on a number of super innovative new products that will help target specific issues that originate in the gut. So if you want to bounce back the day after a night out, you can go to zbiotics.com/AbbeySharp and get 15% off of your first order of pre-alcohol by using my code AbbeySharp at the checkout. ZBiotics is also backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you are unsatisfied for any reason, they will refund your money, no questions asked. Now, just like a quick little preamble here, this is not my first Nikocado Avocado rodeo. I've commented on his mukbang style videos before, which for the record, I am vehemently against as a genre here on YouTube. The way I see it, what was originally a way to share a normal meal with others virtually has been co-opted to basically glorify and normalize disordered eating. But anyway, Nick had made a name for himself doing these outrageous mukbang eating challenges, which not surprisingly resulted in him gaining a lot of weight, eventually reaching over 400 pounds. But in a recent shocking twist of events, he broke the internet with this.
Cheers, everybody, to a new era. We were all just dreaming. I told you they're very long. We did it.
We didn't do it. He did it. And by it, I mean a lot more than just lose a ton of weight. Now, despite what thousands of people in the comments section might suggest, I actually don't believe that this was a weight loss experiment. If it was, this video wouldn't essentially be another mukbang with what he describes as a 300-calorie platter of noodles. If it was a weight loss experiment, this video probably would have gone into great detail on exactly how he lost the 250 pounds over the course of 2 years. You know, what did he eat? What did he not eat? And how is he still eating a family-sized platter of spicy black bean noodles and then another platter of cheese noodles and not gaining it all back? And maybe he will do like a follow-up video on this. Maybe he'll do a whole series. As this video proves, Nick has really figured out the magic formula for capitalizing on people's insatiable hunger for the extremes of humanity. So if he made a lot of money letting people watch him gain a dangerous amount of weight and like have a heart attack, whether that was real or faked, I would not doubt for a second that he wouldn't exploit his weight loss saga, especially because the people are asking for it. Now, would I support such a Nikocado Avocado weight loss series? Okay, so I'm coming in here with some fresh thoughts. First of all, it is reassuring to note that in contrast to what my previous math error would suggest, if Nick was losing 250 pounds over 2 years, we would be in the realm of a normal healthy weight loss rate of 0.5 to 1% of your total body weight, or approximately 1 to 2 pounds per week. So that is great. That is amazing. And again, apologies to Nick and my followers for that earlier mistake. Now that said, this video where he announced his weight loss is essentially just another mukbang, which, as you guys know, I believe basically is just a co-opted normalized binge. You know, I have to imagine that these 3,000 calorie noodle meals weren't happening during the 2-year weight loss saga, because it probably would have been very hard to lose that amount of weight while keeping that up. But the fact that they are happening now, again, this tells me that this is not a healthy weight loss mindset. This kind of feels more like a game than any kind of legitimate lifestyle shift, which is really not the inspiring weight loss content that I think we need to be seeing on apps like this. The only plausible way I see for Nick to maintain his weight loss while still engaging in these mukbang episodes is if they are being alternated with days where he eats very little at all. That is not a normal or healthy way to eat. It's going to limit overall nutrient intake, interfere with blood sugar regulation, and of course, increase the risk of weight cycling. Now, obviously, I have no clue what is going on metabolically, physiologically, or psychologically in that body of his. And there's no doubt a lot of likely health benefits will or have come from this impressive weight loss. But when I look at the one post-weight loss meal that we've been presented with here, I do have concerns about these kind of messages being spread en masse. I just have to kind of hope that however the weight loss happened, that it has been with the assistance and care of a dietitian and or doctor, and hopefully that they're continuing to follow up on his journey to encourage long-term success. That is what I'm going to say about the nutrition piece, which in my opinion is actually a very small piece of this puzzle. I think we've got way bigger fish to fry on this topic. So over to the other Abbey to pick it back up. Now, what I do know, because I work on the inside too, is that nothing on social media is what it seems. And this is what he's talking about when he said this.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life.
Social media gifts us with these aggressively powerful parasocial relationships that make us almost incapable of questioning or thinking critically about what we see. We think that every detail we see on that daily vlog is genuine, when in fact, like, that wellness girly literally had to wake up, get mic'd, and then position the camera in the right place to capture her waking up. Have you ever done that? No, because social media is not real life. So in this video, Nick not only looks different, but he acts different. He sounds different. And no one really knows which is the real Nick or if both of them are just parts that he plays. It's basically all being one big scripted show, and Nick just broke the fourth wall while introducing yet another carefully curated caricature, the villain. So in People magazine, he said, in reality, people are completely absorbed with internet personalities and obsessively watching their content. That is where a deeper level of overconsumption lies. And it's the parallel I wanted to make. In other words, we're the gluttonous ones. We're over here rotting our brains and killing our humanity, spending hours watching people whose lives and bodies we apparently have a lot to say about. And not a lot of nice things, I might add. Honestly, it's a really sad time to be alive. And you know what? I actually talked a bit about this in my videos on Eugenia Cooney, which I do feel in some ways is kind of a similar situation. We may be the ants, as Nick says, but the ants' sick obsession with watching people's demise is what drives the social media algorithms and ultimately dictates what creators do more of or less of. Like, Nick wouldn't have spent 8 years doing mukbangs, which inevitably caused him to gain a lot of weight, if nobody cared to watch. So Nick literally made a living off of hate. And while I personally cannot imagine how carrying all that negative energy could ever be worth someone's health, he's clearly laughed himself all the way to the bank and is now looking at us in a transformed body with egg on our face. Truthfully, I think this social experiment really reinforced what dumb sheep social media has made us humans. That millions of people, average people, not just folks with unusual fetishes on the fringes, but millions of people found entertainment and joy pop it on to their computer at the end of the day at the office to watch a morbidly obese man slurp up thousands of calories from what is essentially like a trough, and then proceed to the comment section to call that human names.
Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant.
Now, while I don't think that this was Nick's primary objective, I think this experiment also serves as a powerful case study of society's collective fat phobia. Here is a man who's now declared himself the villain, while millions upon millions of us ants all flood to the comment section to declare our utmost respect and admiration. May I remind you that in this video, he is engaging in the exact same problematic eating behaviors as he was in this video. But because he's now skinny, he's not boring or irrelevant or messed up. He's a hero. Guys, when you see it, you cannot unsee it. And it's really ugly. Now, I just want to leave everyone with an appreciation and hopefully some empathy that this era that Nick is about to experience emotionally is probably going to be the hardest. Because with all of this newfound praise comes this crushing fear about what happens when the weight comes back on. Unfortunately, without an enormous amount of effort on his part, he likely will gain back weight, especially if he's engaging in the same problematic mukbang behaviors that got him over 400 pounds in the first place. Like I said earlier, rapid weight loss reduces your basal metabolic rate well beyond what would normally be predicted. So you might need to nearly double your calorie deficit just not to gain more weight. And if and when the weight does come back on, you are at greater risk of additional health problems, particularly for the heart. Obviously, as a dietitian, I'm concerned about the health implications of this journey, but he may be genuinely concerned about the optics. Will he lose that social approval that came with the weight loss? Will he become irrelevant? What could possibly be his next 2 steps ahead move when he can't necessarily predict what his body might do with this current transformation? I can imagine it must feel like there's a lot at stake. All I can say is that I really hope Nick takes some of the coin he's made in this saga and gets himself the best therapist and dietitian that money can buy. Because the journey is long when you're playing in waters like this in front of the entire world. I have no idea how this is going to play out. Obviously, though, I am rooting for him and praying for him to find whatever brings him joy and a true sense of calm. I mean, YouTube wouldn't be the first place I would be looking for that, but that is ultimately for him to decide. And on that note, I would love to hear from you guys on your thoughts on Nikocado's social experiment. A reminder to please be kind in the comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye!